Settle in comfortably. Let your body rest. There is nothing you need to do while listening. This is made for night listening, for drifting, for half sleep, for moments when the mind wanders and returns again. You do not need to remember everything. Just let the words pass through like slow breath. As you lie here, allow your body to become heavy, as if the earth itself is gently holding you, supporting every part of you without asking anything in return. Notice the places where you are still holding tension, maybe in the shoulders, the jaw, the hands, or the chest, and without effort, without force, allow those places to soften just a little, as if you are giving them permission to rest for now. Tonight is not about fixing your life or solving the past. Tonight is simply about allowing the heart to loosen its grip, one quiet breath at a time. Many people carry pain quietly into the night. During the day, there is movement, distraction, conversation, and responsibility. But at night, when the world becomes quiet, the mind often returns to what hurt, to what was never said, to what could not be changed. This is when the heart feels tired, not only from today, but from many days before. Letting go of what hurt you does not happen by pushing it away, and it does not happen by becoming numb. The heart does not heal through coldness. Coldness only pauses the pain. Healing happens when there is enough safety to soften. As you breathe slowly, feel how the breath enters and leaves without effort. You do not have to control it. Life is already breathing you. In the same way, healing is already moving through you, even when you are not trying. Sometimes pain teaches the heart to stay alert, to stay guarded, to stay ready for disappointment. This guarding may have protected you once. It helped you survive moments that were too heavy to hold openly. There is no need to judge this. Protection is not a mistake. It is a response to care being broken. But now, here in this quiet moment, you are allowed to rest from guarding. You are allowed to let your awareness replace your defense. Letting go without becoming cold begins with noticing that the past is no longer happening right now. The memory may feel alive, but this moment is different. Right now, you are safe enough to breathe, safe enough to soften a little, safe enough to rest. If thoughts arise, let them come and go like clouds moving across a night sky. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to answer them. Just notice them and gently return your attention to the sound of these words, to the rhythm of your breath, to the feeling of being supported. The heart often fears that if it softens, it will be hurt again. This fear is understandable, but softness does not mean leaving yourself unprotected. Softness means staying present instead of frozen. It means allowing warmth to exist without giving everything away. In your body connected to old wounds, a heaviness in the chest, a tightness in the throat, a dull ache somewhere you cannot name. These are not problems to solve. They are places asking for gentle attention. Imagine breathing into these places slowly, not to remove them, but to let them know they are not alone. Pain softens when it is allowed to exist without resistance. Underneath every wound, there is still a part of you that wants peace, that wants connection, that wants to rest. That part has never left. It has only been waiting for quiet. Coldness often forms when the heart believes that feeling is dangerous. But feeling itself is not the enemy. It is unprocessed pain that overwhelms. When pain is allowed to move slowly, gently, without pressure, it begins to loosen. You are not asked to forgive tonight. Forgiveness cannot be forced, especially in the dark when emotions are close to the surface. Peace does not depend on forgiveness. Peace depends on allowing the heart to stop reliving the same moment again and again. Letting go means allowing the story to soften. It means letting memory become memory instead of a place you keep visiting. It means understanding that what happened shaped you, but it does not have to command your inner world forever. As your body relaxes further, notice how effort naturally decreases. This is the direction of healing, not more effort, less. Boundaries are part of warmth. You can care without reopening wounds. You can remain gentle without abandoning yourself. You can be kind without being available to everything and everyone. Tonight, you are practicing resting inside yourself. This rest teaches the nervous system that it no longer has to stay alert all the time. It teaches the heart that safety can exist without constant defense. If emotions arise, let them float like distant sounds. You do not need to dive into them. Just acknowledge them and return to rest. The heart becomes cold when it believes it must choose between feeling and surviving. But there is another way, a quieter way, a way where feeling is allowed to pass through without taking over. Warmth does not mean intensity. True warmth is steady, calm, grounded. It does not rush toward connection, and it does not run away from it either. As you lie here, imagine warmth slowly returning to your chest, not as excitement, not as longing, but as gentle presence, like the warmth of early morning light that does not demand attention, but slowly fills the room. This warmth has learned. It is wiser now. It knows how to stay without clinging. It knows how to care without collapsing. You may fall asleep while listening, and that is good. Sleep itself is a form of letting go. If you wake later and the words continue, simply listen again without effort. Healing does not need your constant attention. It happens when you stop interfering. The past does not need to be carried into tomorrow. It can remain behind you, not forgotten, but no longer gripping your heart. Each breath you take is proof that life continues, gently, patiently, even when you are tired. Let your breathing slow naturally. Let your body sink deeper into rest. Let the mind soften its grip on stories. You are allowed to be human without being hard. You are allowed to rest without giving up. You are allowed to stay warm without reopening old wounds. As sleep approaches, allow the words to fade into the background. Let silence take over. Silence is not empty. Silence is where the heart finally stops explaining itself. Rest now. Nothing is required. You are already enough. And in this quiet, letting go happens on its own. Stay where you are. There is no need to move, no need to wake the thinking mind. Just let the words arrive, softly, like a distant sound you do not need to follow closely. As the night deepens, notice how the body naturally finds its own rhythm. The breath becomes slower, quieter, almost as if it is breathing itself without asking for permission. This is the state where healing works best, not when the mind is trying, but when it is resting. Pain often waits for the night because the night is honest. During the day, you may hold yourself together, but here, in the dark, the heart speaks in a softer, truer voice. Tonight, you are not asked to answer that voice. You are only asked to listen without reacting. There are memories you never speak about, not because they are dramatic, but because they are heavy. They sit quietly inside you, shaping how close you allow people to come, shaping how much you trust joy when it appears. These memories do not want to be analyzed right now. They only want permission to rest. Letting go does not mean pushing these memories away. It means loosening the grip you have on them. Imagine holding something tightly for a very long time. At first, it feels necessary. Later, it only feels painful. Tonight, you can begin to loosen your fingers. You do not have to drop anything. Just loosen. Coldness often comes from holding too tightly for too long. The heart becomes tired of protecting itself. It closes not because it wants to, but because it is exhausted. Rest is what brings warmth back, not effort. Notice the weight of your body against the bed, the floor, the surface beneath you. You are being held. You do not have to hold yourself right now. Let gravity do that work for you. If your mind drifts to old scenes, old conversations, old regrets, allow them to pass like shadows on a wall. You are not inside those moments anymore. You are here, listening, breathing, resting. There is a part of you that learned to stay strong by staying distant. Thank that part quietly. It kept you alive. But now, strength can look different. Strength can look like rest. Strength can look like softness that does not collapse. You are not required to reopen your heart tonight. You are only allowing it to stop clenching. Imagine the heart as a tired hand that has been gripping a rope for years. Letting go does not mean falling. It means realizing the ground has been there all along. As your breathing continues, feel how the space inside the chest slowly widens. Not dramatically, just enough to breathe a little easier. This is how warmth returns, slowly, naturally, without force. You may feel sadness arise. Let it be there without naming it. Sadness does not mean you are failing. It means something mattered. Even sadness can rest when it is not judged. You may feel nothing at all. That is also fine. Numbness is a sign of fatigue, not emptiness. Rest works on numbness too. The heart becomes cold when it believes it must stay awake forever. Tonight, you are allowed to sleep emotionally as well as physically. You do not need to guard every memory. Forgiveness is not required in this moment. Understanding is not required either. Sleep does not ask questions. Sleep simply allows. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest. Let the space behind the eyes grow heavy. These are signals to the nervous system that it is safe enough to slow down. Healing does not happen in sharp moments. It happens in long, quiet ones, like this. You are not losing yourself by resting. You are returning to yourself. Warmth is not something you must create. It is something that returns when the heart is no longer tense, like blood returning to cold hands when they finally relax. You may notice the urge to think about tomorrow, about what you need to do, about who you need to be. Gently set those thoughts aside. Tomorrow can take care of itself. Right now, rest is enough. The past does not need to be resolved tonight. It only needs to stop being carried. Each slow breath is an act of letting go. Not dramatic, not final, just enough. Let the words become quieter in your awareness. You do not need to follow every sentence. Drift when you drift. Return when you return. You are allowed to be soft without being unsafe. You are allowed to be warm without being exposed. You are allowed to rest without losing your strength. As sleep deepens, allow silence to take over again. Silence knows how to hold what words cannot. Nothing more is needed. Rest. Let go. Sleep.